Togozani. I have been meaning to do this video, and I've been feeling very heavy. I've been exhausted, and it's because tomorrow, March 24th, going into March 25th, depending on where you are in the world, we have the full moon, and many of us have certain things that happen within our bodies in response to the full moon. I have done several videos explaining what is going on with the full moon, and many of us whose menstrual cycles are linked to the moon tend to feel this even more intensely. Now, the moon affects different people differently. However, this particular full moon is very interesting because we have a full lunar eclipse as well. You won't see it depending on where you are in the world. You're not going to be able to see this eclipse, but I'll tell you something about an eclipse. Anytime there's an eclipse, whatever energy of that planet or cosmic body is, and however it affects you, it is multiplied. It is augmented. So if you're somebody who around the full moon, you feel a bit spacey, you feel tired, you feel weepy, your back aches, you've got weird headaches, you just kind of like not fully yourself, this feels worse when there is an eclipse of the moon. So we have a full moon eclipse, and so I already saw in a previous video I did talk about the season of Unomkhubulwane. Somebody already wrote, I've been wondering why I'm been feeling like this. Well, it's a triple, double crazy whammy because you have the full moon in Aset and a full moon eclipse. So you've got Aset season coming in with her heavy oxygenated self, her very draggy oxygenated self. You've got the full moon energy, the moon itself exerting energy and movement over the tides. Remember, your body is what? Over 70% water. So the same effects that you see the moon has on the tides of the ocean, it has those same effects within you. As above, so below, as within, so without. So you will feel this ebb and flow of energy. Obviously, because women are very complex, beautiful creatures, you feel it even more because it can affect the fluctuations of your hormones as well. Why? Because your hormones move in water. So when the water is moving like this, your hormones are also doing like this, which can feel a little cuckoo making, but it's part of our beauty and our magic as women. And so we have this going on right now. We have this full eclipse come in. What do we use the full moon for? The full moon is definitely a season of letting go. It is a season of release, right? The new moon we use for manifestation. The new moon is where we use to manifest, to plan things, right? You want to manifest finances. This is where you can do your manifestation rituals. For the full moon, because it's a release, this full moon, again, I always put this invitation. I invite you to let go of things that no longer serve you, whether they be relationships, situations, thoughts, ideas. Unforgiveness never serves you. I really call on you to look at the issue of forgiveness, letting go of hurt and pain. There are some people who have become addicted to their pain. They have become addicted to holding on to their pain. Question to ask yourself is, what is the payoff? What are you getting from holding on to your pain? Is it the temporary and mediocre sympathy of people feeling sorry for you? Believe me, those people who are feeling sorry for you are probably tired of feeling sorry for you. Right? Is it that you use this pain as an excuse not to level up and to grow? If that's the case, you need to sit with yourself and hold yourself accountable. I've always said unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting or hoping that it will kill your enemy. Unforgiveness is a toxin and a poison to your own system. Remember that when you're forgiving someone, you're not doing it for them. You're very selfishly and very rightly so, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it to free yourself, because as long as you don't forgive somebody, you're permanently attached to that person through that unforgiveness. You're permanently attached to that person through that wound. And so, meanwhile, that person has moved on with their lives. They could have probably died, or they're not even aware that they hurt you, or they don't care that they hurt you. And so you're holding on to this toxin called pain that is killing you. Meanwhile, this person's moved on. So who's won? Unforgiveness serves you nothing. And when I say forgive, there are people who misunderstand me. When you forgive someone, I'm not saying let that person back into your life. I'm not even saying talk to that person. It means that when you think of that person, there isn't a charge of emotions or negative emotions around the thought of that person or the mention of that person's name. Free yourself. Because if you don't free yourself from unforgiveness, everything else you will try to do in your life will always tank. You may start out well, but then thoughts of this person, and that's the thing with unforgiveness, you almost become obsessed with thoughts of this person. Every conversation you have with someone, if they're telling you your story, you immediately divert it to talk about the person who hurt you. So you see, you are imprisoned by unforgiveness in that way, in that everything that happens in your life seems to circle or come back to the issue of this person who hurt you and unforgiveness. This could be a parent, it could be a child, it could be a spouse, it could be an aunt, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague. Whoever you're holding unforgiveness for, this is the perfect time to do that letting go ritual. It will be a powerful one because of the eclipse. But here's the trick. When you're working with moon energy, remember, unomkhubulwane don't play. She's not, if you're going to do something with her as a witness, you have to make sure that you're ready, and you have to make sure that when you do let it go, you let it go. How can you do this ritual? Simple. You've got tonight and tomorrow. Write out, sit in meditation the whole of tomorrow, some of tomorrow, Sunday, and write out and write a letter to the people you want, you need to let go of and you want to shift. If it's a work situation, if it's a spouse situation, write down what you want to see happen. And then you will go outside in the full moon and you will burn this and you will say, in the presence of you, Mangwedi Nomkhubulwane Auset, I am hereby releasing these things. You bearing witness to this. Use your energy, please, to get these things away and out of me once and for all. You burn this shit, you blow the ashes in the wind, you turn around and you go inside, you're done. However, make sure you are really letting go. It's not just the act of the ritual. It is actually the fact that you are ready to close that door, because you can't go back out there and get that back, because now you have to face unomkhubulwane. It doesn't broach empty promises. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you're ready to do this. Then you do it. And when you say, I'm letting it go, and you burn it, you are really letting it go. It's a choice. Even if the thoughts come intruding, you can tell yourself, I've let that go. I've let that go. And start thinking new thoughts about other things, about other people, about other situations, so you don't keep dragging yourself back there. Everything is all here. Your mind, your left brain, your right brain are very powerful creator engines. Be careful how you use them. You can master this and make certain decisions like, I refuse to be angry anymore. It's a decision you make, and then when situations rise where you can get angry, you remember that you said you're not going to get angry anymore, and then you act according to the thought. Does that make sense? So it's a letting go period. Things are going to be really, really intense. Also ushering in an intense period of love and openness and receptivity to love. So now if you don't clear out with the full moon the things or the relationships that don't serve you, you're going to miss the new relationships because there will be no place for them because you're full of all this other negative stuff. So, yeah, get ready. I'm going to do a powerful ritual myself. I'll probably go live on Facebook and share a little more detail how to do the ritual. But, yeah, enjoy. And be kind to your body. Your body's going to feel this one. If you're a moon child, you're going to feel this. Be kind to yourself for the next 3 or 4 days. Mr. Gozane.